There it goes. Okay. All right. Let's just sit up nice and tall. I'm just going to start by taking some full deep breaths. It's really, I'm trying to focus on that quite a bit right now because that's the one of many little side effects, might not be the right word, of wearing masks for prolonged periods of time, is we tend not to breathe as fully, inhaling as deeply, or exhaling as completely either. So a nice thing about doing this at home, you don't have to wear your mask, just take those full deep breaths and really feel your lungs expand and contract, and just let your belly expand, let the sides expand. Exhale it out. A lot of little things that happen when we've got something attached to our face and our ears, and then our shoulders tend to tighten up a little bit. We might be clenching our jaw. And sometimes if I'm talking, and ironically, when I'm talking and sweating, my chin starts to kind of get stuck in the mask and starts to pull it down. So then I end up kind of clenching my jaws a little bit. All these little responses. And it's a small trade-off. And it won't last forever. Let's just let those arms hang down at our sides again and continue to take a couple more big, deep breaths. Really big sigh, let it out. Exhale it out. Let's add some movement with that. As our arms travel upwards, we naturally inhale. And exhale as they come down. Let's inhale again, big arm movement. Exhale it out. 2 more times. Exhale it out. And 1 more. Let's kind of bring the hands right down to your lap. And we'll just start to circle that torso. Big. So it's like a rocking type of motion, which is very soothing to our central nervous system. And we'll do a few each direction. Make sure you balance things out. Unwind what you want. Let's go ahead and grab a leg here. Same thing, just support that leg and use your hands to guide it through that movement. And making sure you do some in each direction. Just go at your own pace. And we'll go to the other side, same thing. Try to get some good support in that leg where you're really not having to use much of your hip at all to hold that leg up. Keep going. My soothing YouTube music apparently has some ads coming on here. All right, go the other way. Yeah, keep going. All right, there we go. I got now of that. All right. Let's go ahead and start doing a little bit of stretching here. Extend your right leg out. Reach up with that left hand. It's just kind of a rhythmic reach down toward that foot. And lift it up. Stretched all through those fingertips, and again, reach and extend out. If you need to scoot a little more to the front of your chair, do that. Just don't come all the way off. And again, reach down. Do that one more time. We're going to add a little bit of a turn. So we're just going to sweep that arm up and just going to wave out to the side. And then come into center. Switch your legs. Left foot, right arm. Just reach way down. Support yourself as much as you need to with the other hand. Connect your breath to your movement. Exhaling as that hand travels down. Inhaling as it comes up. And then just bring a little way to the side. And bring it back in. So now we're going to extend that leg out again. Lift that leg and both arms like a touchdown goal. And bring it down. Reach back with those hands as the foot comes down. And then just slice those arms through. Take it back. So my hands are like way behind me here. Lift up. And I always wonder if hopefully I haven't stepped in something when I have my foot come up on the screen. Just put the dog outside. And bring the hands down. Other side. Check your posture each time, especially when you lift your leg. It's really easy for that pelvis to tuck under and you get into a little bit of a slouch. So lift up. And bring it down. Reach those hands back. Lean a little bit into the chest as you do that. And then as you lift those hands up, you're sitting up nice and tall. Bring it back down. Moving with your breath. Inhale. We'll hold here at the top if you can manage. Exhale down. Do that one more time. And bring it down. All right. So take those arms out to the side, palms to the front. You can see my thumb sticking out there. And we're going to take that leg out again. And as we lift the leg, we're just going to bring the hands to the center. So again, lift. And open. And really squeeze back. And again, I'm not sideways, so you can't see that my hands are actually a little bit behind my chest. Lift it up. Open. Bring those hands together. Open it up. One more time. Bring those hands together. Open it up as you bring your foot down. Let's just sweep those hands down one time. Relax those arms. Take it back up. And out to the side, we'll set up for the second foot. Extend that leg out. Lift the leg and bring those hands in. Open and squeeze it back. Lift it up. Open and squeeze it back. And again. Last one. And open it up. And again, just kind of let those arms hang out of the shoulders, give them a little shake. Big breath in. And back down to your legs. All right, use your hands. Walk those legs open. And really try to open them, well, maybe as wide as you can. Where you feel like you're having to squeeze a little bit back here on the hips to hold your legs open. And then push them to your feet, like you're bringing them into the floor. And we're just gonna reach down and come up. So I'm gonna progressively make it a bigger motion. You decide how big you wanna go with this. Just reach it up, shoulder height. And again, bring it down. If you want to reach all the way up and down, keep, especially all the way down, push the feet to the floor. Just kind of feel those leg muscles engaging and hugging your bones. And lifting up, keeping that breath connection, that breathing connection. Exhaling as you're traveling downward. Inhaling as you're coming up. All right, so we're gonna come all the way down now and stay here. If it's hard to reach the floor, use something to bridge that gap, whether it's a block or anything fairly solid in your home that you might have on hand. We're gonna walk our hands onto our legs. Press ourselves up. Open those arms again. Give yourself a hug. Open it up. We're going to change our top arm. We're still holding those legs open, keeping those hips engaged. All right. Let's do it one more time each way. Wrap, unwrap. Wrap, unwrap. And bring your hands to your legs, relax them. I just definitely picked the wrong YouTube track today. All right. So go ahead and keep this one leg out to the side. You might just slide off your chair a little bit. I'm reaching my right leg down to the side. And I'm just going to reach that right hand up and slowly work that left hand down. You can support on the side of the chair, gradually scooting on down, using whatever support you need under that left hand. You don't want to fall out of your chair. I happen to have super long arms, so reaching the floor is not a hard thing for me to do. But if you do have shorter arms, you feel like you're going to topple sideways, don't go that far. So I'm doing a chair supported side angle. And then lift up, reverse warrior. Again, lift up, feel the ribs lifting away from your hip. And come down. Pull that leg in. Slide across. So get those legs re-up so you get this right leg set. So I've got my left leg reaching down now. My lower leg is straight up and down. It's not collapsing inward. I'm just going to reach that left hand up to the ceiling and then start to work that right hand down, however far you want to go. And for most of us, it's easier to go down one side than the other. We've got more mobility on one side of our body than the other. It's very common and really easily explained by the fact that we've got a dominant hand. Tend to favor that side. All right, let's do that reverse warrior. Lift, feel the ribs lift away from your hip. Stretch those fingertips toward the ceiling. Continue to root through this foot. That helps stabilize your pelvis, even though you do have a chair for support. And come up. All right. Bring your legs together, and we're going to come all the way around sideways here. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got my right leg off the front of the chair, so I'm going to scoot a little farther so it's completely off. And again, straighten that leg. Do a little hip hitch here. So I'm just put my fingers here to touch me around my hip drops, and then lift toward my ribs. So I'm squeezing the hip up, and to really get a nice stretch with that, reach that arm up, and as you pull your hip up, tuck your elbow down towards your hip. And just again, flow with the breath. Anytime your arm's going overhead, you're naturally inclined to inhale. So just work with your body here, don't fight it. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Hold that last one. And just let that hip hang down. Again, it's really important to get the best stretch to make sure you're aligned, or your ear is in line with your shoulder, in line with your hip. All right, sit up. We're gonna pull that leg through, coming into a kneeling lunge. This is where you might need something under this knee. You want your hips to be pretty even here. So if your thigh is a little shorter, you'll need something to fill in that gap. Reach up with both hands, kneeling lunge. Really stretch those fingertips. Look up at the ceiling if you can do so without getting dizzy. And breathe in and out. Reaching and stretching. If you're more comfortable looking straight ahead, go ahead and do that. You shouldn't feel any strain in your neck if you are looking up. Let's bring our hands into heart center. And then turn away from the back of the chair. You're going to find you may not turn as freely with your hips supported by the chair. And we're just doing a twist. I usually call this the inner thigh side if we're on the mat. So you're having to use your torso muscles a little bit here to hold the ribs in this twist. And you're breathing into that twisted torso. So we're creating the resistance down here in the abdominal cavity, rather than having to breathe through this resistance on our face, that piece of cloth. In and out. Relax those shoulders. We're going to come all the way across now, turning toward the back of the chair. Once you get far enough around, use your hands to pull a little farther. The front hand's going to pull, the back hand's going to push. Your spine is really nice and tall here. Shoulders are relaxed down from the ears. Come back to center. Let's pick up that leg that's on the floor and walk it across. And some of these moments wish there's a way to put the image that's on the YouTube screen right now on the, let's see, it's pretty neat, the oceanside shot. All right, so we're gonna go the other side again. Let that hip drop down, and we're just gonna squeeze and contract your side waist, but lift it up. And reach that arm, and contract that elbow right into the side of your body. Lift, and hold. Let's do 2 more. Go ahead and hold that stretch again. I'm going to get the next side. All right. Stunning photography and lots of ads today. All right. So go and pull that bottom leg into that kneeling lunge. And you just lift up with both arms. You can really feel the whole shoulder girdle lifting toward the head. This kind of a shoulder lift isn't the same as when we have our hands down. We shrug our shoulders toward our ears. This is a different action, engages different muscles. It doesn't tighten up the neck as much. Again, either looking up or looking straight ahead. You shouldn't feel any tension in your neck. Let's pull the hands into the heart. And then turn to that inner thigh side, away from the front leg. Using your torso muscles to hold the rib cage in place. And take those arms out. Warrior two arms. Keep breathing in and out. Just bring the hands back in. Turn all the way toward the back of the chair. Front hand pulls, back hand pushes, spine is tall. Shoulders are relaxing down from the ears now. Keep breathing into that twisted torso. Exhale and unwind. Pick up that foot. Come back around. We're going to go ahead and stand up and do a few standing movements here. So, turn your chair sideways. You need to. So you've got the seat of the chair closest to your body. And we're going to do those. You're reaching down and standing up movements again. Just coming down to the seat of the chair. A little bend in your knees. And then engaging your glutes. It's kind of squeezing through your rear end. Stretching up tall. Bring those hands down through the center. Flat back. So we're not dumping all of our weight into our hands. We're putting some pressure on them, but not like we're really shifting into those hands. So we can easily unfold at the hips and just reach up again. Big inhale when those arms go up. Exhale it down. Breathe in and out once here. And inhaling as you unfold those hips. And bring your hands down to the seat of your chair. This time, move your hands to the outside edge. And we're going to make sure that your back is flat, your hips are torso length away from your shoulders. And we're going to go into a supported warrior three. So just lift your right leg up. And just hold back. Feel how your core engages and your glute. And you're looking out over the back of your chair. And slowly let that leg come down. Transfer your weight. Maybe bend those knees a couple of times just to reset those. Then we'll get the other side. Warrior three. With support. The tricky thing about doing warrior three, when we're trying to stand on one leg and not fall over, we lose track of the other muscles that we need to engage. We're so busy trying to stay upright. So we took that part out of the equation and use the chair for support. And you get a better warrior three. And bring it down. Let's just come up once here. Reset that back. All right. So I'm going to do this again. You have the option of keeping your hands on the seat of the chair or extending the opposite arm out. So it looks like this. The right leg is going to go up. And then you can reach out with your left arm. So you've got still a little bit of stability in the seat of the chair. And a little more core engagement as you extend out in front of your body. And you bring that down. Bend your knees a couple of times. Reset. This time that left leg is going to lift. Option of reaching with your right arm. This could also be considered a chair supported bird dog. Keep checking out that breath. And exhale it down. Again, stand up tall. This time, we're just going to bring those hands right back down to our sides. Come into Tadasana or mountain pose. So feel that connection of your feet in the ground. All four corners of both feet. Big toe mound, small toe mound, inner heel, outer heel. Lift your toes, spread them. Try to press them into the ground. Feel how that engages your lower leg muscles. Really strong, stabilizer muscles. And that strength travels up your legs. Soften the back of your pelvis and gently lift your pubic bone. Elevate your collarbones. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. And just breathe in and out. So imagine yourself being a pillar of energy. Keep holding that. So we're going to do one more variation on each side. I'm going to start with my left leg first this time because so you can see what's going on. We start out the same way. So go ahead and lift that leg. You have the option here of turning the hip and opening it. And then this is becoming a little more of a balance challenge. So if you want to keep that hand kind of touching the chair, do so. Or you can come up to a chair supported half moon. Again, a little bigger leap out of the comfort zone here, but take it as far as you can safely. And bring it all down. And release a little bit. And let that slow, gentle start. Move into some more advanced poses today. All right, let's go ahead and get the other side. Extend that leg. So you start to turn the pelvis first and set that part out. Make sure you still got that bottom leg in a good spot. And the option of reaching up the opposite hand. I want to take this as far as you can safely. Keep breathing. And we'll come back down. And the knees this time. Unroll the spine as we come up. Come back to the mountain. Breathe in and out. All right, so we're going to go through 2 sun salutations here, mainly just to help stretch out the back and the shoulders in our chair supported dog. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Flatten your back and into a chair supported plank. And draw those hips back. Stretch into the fingertips. Really lengthen the spine here. And then go ahead and step your right foot forward. And then warrior one. Doesn't have to be a big stride. Let's bring your hands down. Back into that plank. Body strong and straight. Draw the hips back. Chair supported dog. And then step that left foot forward. Warrior one. And then bring those hands down one more time. And we'll come back into that plank. And if you're comfortable holding that a little longer, give that a try. If you need to come off of it sooner, just come into the downward dog a little sooner. The planks are great for training your core to support your spine. And I'm recommend if you have a choice of doing a plank on your knees versus doing a plank like this on a chair with your upper body supported on a higher point, do it this way. You're going to engage your glutes more effectively than if you're on your knees. Let's go ahead and pull back now. Stretch into those fingertips. The whole torso motion with the downward dog is reaching the sit bones away from the shoulders, lengthening the spine as much as possible. Just the angle in which we're putting our body into. Higher point with the hands as well. Stay here a little longer as well. And then your knees. If you need to walk your hands a little closer, do so. Unroll your spine one more time. Returning to mountain. Relax the shoulders, broaden the shoulders. Breathe in and out. And then we will come back to the chair. Sitting back down. So we're just going to pick up that right leg again and just kind of make a little holder for it, sling for it. Lift it up and then slowly straighten that leg. And just, it's hard to tell, but I'm really reaching through my heel and I'm pulling my toes back toward my knee. If you have a strap, you want to put that on your foot instead, go ahead and do so. Strap, belt, necktie. Down. And then we're going to extend the leg out to the side. Again, strap, hang on to your foot, or just support it. You guys can't see, I have a shelf right out past my foot. I could shoot and put my foot on the shelf. On the other side, if you aren't holding a strap, you want to brace yourself with the chair, go ahead and do that. The leg doesn't have to be straight. And we're just going to bring that leg all the way across. Go to that cross-legged position. Gently press into the inside of the knee, just right above the knee, and just slowly circle that ankle a few times. When you're pushing into this leg here, if you're pushing into the heel of the hand, and then feel like you're kind of sliding your whole heel of your hand towards your knee joint, it's actually tugging on the flesh even below the skin level, into the muscle. Once it doesn't slide out with the tights. All right, so uncross that leg. We're going to go to the other side. So again, make that little holder. Give that leg some support, and the strap will work just as well. Extend that leg. Breathe in and out. I'm really flexing my toes toward my knee and really reaching through my heel. Even if my leg's not 100% straight, you can still feel like you're reaching through that heel. We're going to bring it down and take it out to the side, supporting it somehow. Go ahead and keep going. All right, so I will know what YouTube track they'll want next time. I've found one that I've been using that was more piano music, and it wasn't having these ads. I think the scenery snagged me into this one. And it's nice music too, but the ads are coming up about every 5 minutes. All right, let's bring that leg in. So I'm taking my left hand, pushing into my left leg, heel, pushing into that leg and trying to slide it toward my knee. So I'm engaging the fleshy part of the leg. Do a few ankle circles down at this end. Pop that one into place. Breathing. All right, let's uncross that one. And open your legs up. We're just going to do a seated kind of cat-cow action. So stick your chest out and reach it down into that space between your legs. And then roll your spine up. It's a little bit of support from the legs. And then you're upright again. We'll do that 2 more times, leading with the chest. Rolling out. One way to think about that, if you can visualize it, if you just think of your rib cage like on your skeleton, just think of your ribs like a steam shovel, really. It's reaching out, it's scooping, and it's pulling in. All right, sit up nice and tall. Let's bring those legs back in. Moving up to the upper body now. Open those arms out. Take your right arm underneath. We're going to do eagle arms. Shoulders are spreading away from the ears. Start with your elbows down towards your chest and then just gradually squeeze them upward. It's really targeting that, I hate to say like 3 trails, so it's a geographic reference, but it really is. It's your neck, your shoulders, and your upper back. It's a 3-way intersection that you're trying to stretch and release the tension in that area. If your chin drops a little bit, that probably will deepen the stretch in your neck. So try that, see how it feels. And we'll do the hands. Relax the shoulders completely. Open those arms up. Now your left arm is on the bottom. You know, if you can always do this instead if it's hard to intertwine those forearms. It's okay to feel a pretty powerful stretch. It should not feel like it's jamming or hurting your shoulder joints. Breathe in and out. Hopefully the longer you hold this, the more you notice that tension releasing. And let those hands go. Again, just feel the full weight of your hands resting on your legs. Take a couple of breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring those hands together and release the fingers. Push the hands away. Drop your chin towards the collarbones. Stretch it all upwards. Gently tilt the shoulders to one side. So my spine's not bending a whole lot. It's just the shoulders shifting. And now let's go the other way. Shift the shoulder girdle. So come back. We're going to get some support here. Use your chair. Now start to bend the spine sideways. Now a little more support. And let's go to the other side. Come back to center. Now let's just bring our hands to our lap with our palms up in a position to receive. Close your eyes and just take a few more full, deep breaths. And I'm going to bring our hands to our heart. And make that effort to stay connected to your heart, to listen to our heart, rather than living inside our heads as much. Because our heart makes our world softer and helps us deal with all the changes and upheaval right now. So listen with your heart and not your mind. Namaste. Have a great day, ladies. Thanks for joining.